How's you doing? Okay? He's got control. Hello, John. I think he's, by the way, he's doing great.
Yeah.
He's doing great. Fake news yesterday or 2 days ago. I rarely put out a tweet praising somebody, but only when they get a false story. So I put out, I don't even know if he saw that story, but I put it out. Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you.
The economy is doing very well.
Great.
I'm going to Davos to get them to bring back a lot of money. They're going to invest a lot of money in this country. I made the statement that if we didn't do the regulation cutting, which I think is actually maybe more important than even the tax cuts, but the regulations, I think you would have had a much different situation. But our people are very happy, especially with their 401ks.
You're going to get a lot of questions there about trade and intellectual property in China and potential tariffs there. What are you going to tell them?
Well, that's my business. That's what hello, how are you? Thank you for some of the nice things you've said over the recent past.
That's
trade is fun. She said, no, you actually have. You actually have.
I mean,
trade is something that I've been talking about for 25 years. And I mean, you're going to be seeing, but you saw what happened with the washers. You saw what happened with solar panels. And many people liked what we did. Our industry was wiped out. We had, I think, 22 or 30, 22 companies, right? Solar companies. We're down to 2, and they're on respirators. They've got real problems, and all of a sudden they're coming back. The washing machine companies, they're gone. Whirlpool, great companies, they're gone. And now we're seeing you're seeing a very big increase in prices.
Do you think you're going to get a deal on immigration, Mr. President?
I think so, yeah, I think so.
What do you think it's going to look like?
We're going to get great border security. In fact, I just wrote something out, and you might talk about it, Chief, if you want. Otherwise, we'll do it for tomorrow. But I just wrote something out while we're looking. We want great border security. We want to do a great job with DACA. I think it's our issue. I think it's a better issue for the Republicans and for the Democrats.
Do you want citizenship for Dreamers?
We're going to morph into it. It's going to happen at some point in the future.
Morph into it?
Over a period of 10 to 12 years, somebody does a great job. They've worked hard. It gives incentive to do a great job, but they've worked hard. They've done terrifically, whether they have a little company or whether they work or whatever they're doing. If they do a great job, I think it's a nice thing to have the incentive of, after a period of years, being able to become a citizen.
How many years, Mr. President? Do you have a
We're looking at 10 or 12.
10 or 12 years?
If there's no agreement by March 5th, are you going to protect them? Are you going to extend the deadline?
Yeah, I might do that. I'm not guaranteeing it because I don't want to do. I want to put a little bit of a. But I certainly have the right to do that if I want.
Should these Dreamers be
chain migration? We're going to create a standard that's a good standard, so that not everybody that you ever met can come into the country, but you'll have wives and husbands, and you'll have sons and daughters, and you will talk about parents. The parents is a tricky situation because they came here illegally, so you'll have that. But chain will be good. The lottery system is a broken system. They put people in a lottery. They're not putting their finest in that system. You would not be in that system. You won't be in that system. They're putting some very tough, the lottery system gave us the killer of the West Side, 8 people on the West Side Highway, and 10 people that have been very, very badly hurt. Nobody mentions the 10 people that lost their arms and their legs, and people tend to forget. But that he came through the lottery system, and he's another chain migration person.
The lottery system needs to go.
Well, it's got to go in a very strong form, absolutely. And I think even the Democrats know that the lottery system is not good. It's a bad system. It's a bad system. By the way, great system for other countries, bad system for us.
So for chain migration, family unification, nuclear family.
We're going to take a look at it. I'm not going to say it yet, but we're going to take a look. But we want to have a good, strong family. And we're going to treat people very well, and we're going to solve a problem that is a very tough problem to solve, and a problem that hasn't been solved. I mean, you people have been reporting about it for many, many years.
And
then after we do DACA, we'll take a look at the even bigger immigration problem.
Schumer says a wall on the table. Do you believe him?
No, I don't. In fact, I just watched Joe Manchin said, Schumer does not mean that. He said it very strongly.
How much do you need for your wall, Mr. President? $20 billion?
Well, I'm going to build it way under budget.
Okay.
But we're putting down $25 billion for the wall. But we will build it way under. And by the way, just so you understand, and you've known this, Chief, because you've seen it for a long time, and everybody here, when you have a mountain, you don't build a wall, okay? And I've said that from the beginning. Now, I don't define it every time I make a speech. When you have a mountain, you don't build a wall. When you have a river that is uncrossable, that you cannot cross, you don't build a wall, okay? So, and when you have certain areas that are rough, I'll be very nice when I say that, but certain areas that are rough, you don't build a wall. We're talking about probably 800 miles of wall. We're also talking about fixing, and we've already started that process. We have a lot of wall right now under construction with current funds where we're fixing, because we have a lot of wall and a lot of fencing that's very good wall, see-through, that's under construction right now, under reconstruction right now. So I think we're going to be very successful. But no, Schumer, I can tell you this, if you don't have a wall, you don't have DACA.
Are you going to invite Schumer back to the White House
Sure.
on immigration?
I like him. I like Schumer. Grew
Just
up with Schumer.
really quick for clarification.
Should these dreamers be concerned that they could be deported on March 5th if a deal is not reached?
I tell them not to be concerned, okay?
They have nothing to be
Tell them not to worry
Can
about
I
it.
just
We're going to
clarify-
solve the problem.
Clarify one thing, Mr.
Now,
President.
it's up to the Democrats, but they should not be concerned.
Can we just clarify one thing?
We're going to put it in a fund, $25 billion in a fund.
But you need it all up front, all
We have $25 billion for a wall. We have $5 billion for other security measures.
25 billion for a wall, 5 for-
$25 billion for a wall, $5 billion for other.
appropriated all in this
And just so you, so if you look at
So 30
the immigration various problems of security, those are, they do say it's about $180 billion, okay? If you build a wall for 20 or $22 billion and you're saving $100 billion, that wall, aside from doing certain very good things, that wall is a great return on investment. It's probably the best return on investment you're going to make. So outside of helping people with their health and medical, because that's the ultimate return on investment. But we're saving hundreds of millions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars by building that wall. So Phyllis George, I like Phyllis George. I'll tell you, and I like John White Brown a lot. He was a good friend of mine.
Okay.
You know that.
And
Do
they would
you
want
know
me to
that?
clarify
She
this
teased
with
me
you.
badly, but that's okay. She obviously didn't know that. I bet your father's
Let me just
angry.
clarify
Go
something
ahead.
with you. You said we're going to do DACA and then we're going to have a larger immigration plan. What did you mean by that
No,
specific?
after DACA is done, we will look at the overall immigration.
But you still want chain migration lottery as part of
We're
the
going to
DACA.
put in the initial, we're putting chain, a negotiated chain. We're putting a replacement for lottery or an end to lottery, and it could be a replacement. We bring people in from various countries that come in based on merit and various other reasons, and we are going to build a wall. So those three primary things.
Mr. President, have you decided?
Are you going to talk to Mueller?
I'm looking forward to it, actually.
You want
Do you have
to.
a date set?
Here's the story, just so
Do
you
have a date
understand.
set,
There's
Mr.
been no
President?
collusion whatsoever. There's no obstruction whatsoever. And I'm looking forward to it. I do worry when I look at all of the things that you people don't report about with what's happening. If you take a look at, the 5 months worth of missing texts, that's a lot of missing texts. And as I said yesterday, that's prime time. So you do sort of look at that and say, what's going on? You do look at certain texts where they talk about insurance policies or insurance, where they say the kinds of things they're saying. You got to be concerned. But I would love to do that, and I'd like to do it as soon as possible.
When will you
Good
do
luck,
it, Mr.
everybody.
President? Do you have a
And it'll
date
come
set?
out- So here's the story.
Do you have a date set, Mr. President?
I don't know. No, I guess they're talking about 2 or 3 weeks, but I would love to do it.
In person?
Again, it's, I have to say, subject to my lawyers and all of that, but I would love to do it.
Would you do it under oath, Mr. President?
You mean like Hillary did it under? Who said that?
I said that.
Oh.
Would you do it under oath?
You said it. You did say it. You say a lot. Did Hillary do it under oath?
I have no idea, but I'm not asking.
I think you have an idea. Don't you have an idea?
Do you think he'll
Wait a minute. Wait. Do you not have an idea? Do you really not have an idea?
really don't remember.
I'll give you an idea. She didn't do it under oath,
interview.
but I
It's a
would do it
voluntary
under oath.
interview.
Listen,
You would.
but I would do it, and she didn't do it under oath,
You
right?
would do it under oath.
If you didn't do it, if you didn't know about Hillary, then you're not
Mr. President,
much of a
I
reporter.
think
Do you
it'd be
think you're
fair.
going to do under oath?
Say it.
To reach a higher standard, you would do it under oath.
Oh, I would do it under oath. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you trust
No,
the
I would do it
FBI?
under-
Do you trust the FBI?
Well, we're going to see. I mean, I am very disturbed, as is the general, as is everybody else that is intelligent. When you look at 5 months, this is the late, great Rosemary Woods, right? With a step, right? This is a large-scale version.
18 minutes.
That was 18 minutes. This is 5 months. They say it's 50,000 texts, and it's prime time. That's disturbing. Say hello to your parents.
Should
Goodbye,
McCabe
everybody.
go? Should McCabe
General.
go, Mr. President? Should McCabe go?
Well, McCabe got more than $500,000 from essentially Hillary Clinton, and is he investigating Hillary Clinton?
So should he go?
Do you remember, did anybody hear many of my speeches where I talked about McCabe? He was the star of my speech. This isn't now. And I said, a man who was more or less in charge of her, the wife got $500,000 from Terry. Now, Terry is Hillary. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, I mean...
Do you regret having him as your acting FBI director then?
You know what? I keep out of it. Mm-hmm. You'd find that hard to believe. I keep out of it. That's the way it fell. He's been there. It's one of those things. But he was the star of many of my speeches because he got from 5 to 700,000, whatever the number was.
Did you ask
Got that money for the wife.
Yeah, did you
And you know, in Virginia, it's very interesting. Wait, in Virginia, you don't have to spend the money. So I never checked as to whether or not they spent the money on the campaign. How much of the money did he spend on the campaign? Do you know? How much was it? Wait, how much of the money was spent?
Did you ask who he voted for?
You know, I know. How much is?
Did you ask McCabe who he voted for? Did you ask him that?
I don't think so. No.
You don't think you
No,
did?
I don't think I did.
You don't.
You did not.
I don't know
Is it
what's the big
possible
deal
you
with
did?
that,
No, but
because I would ask you who did you vote for? I don't think it's a big deal, but I don't remember that. You know, I saw that this morning. I don't remember asking him that
Is
question.
it possible you did? Is it
I don't remember
possibility?
asking him the question.
You don't remember?
I think it's also a very unimportant question,
Okay.
but I don't remember asking him that
Mr.
question.
President,
Hey,
we
Chief,
can
will you
talk
do me a
about
favor?
classified
When we
search.
come back, I want you to have a deal, okay? See if you can have a deal. Okay?
few
Say
days.
that
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank-
Is it okay? This is, we can use
This
all
is
the
easy.
audio. We can
Just make
use
sure it's nice and not, you don't repeat and this and that, just one nice piece, okay?
Mr.
Okay,
President,
thank you.
one more quick one. Do you believe Robert Mueller?
I
will
only,
be
I
fair
only
to you?
repeat for the purposes of making sure you understand.
One more quick one. Do you think Robert Mueller will be fair to you in this larger investigation?
We're gonna find out.
Has Mueller actually
We're
written
gonna
Are
find
you
out.
concerned about?
Because here's what we'll say, and everybody says, no collusion. There's no collusion. Now they're saying, oh, well, did he fight back? If you fight back, you say
What is
obstruction.
collusion? What does no
You fight
collusion
back,
mean,
John.
Mr.
You
President?
fight back. Oh, it's obstruction. So here's the thing. I hope so.
So how do you define collusion? And Maggie asked this earlier during the briefing to Sarah, but how do you?
You're going to define it for me, okay? But I can tell you, there's no collusion. I couldn't have cared less about Russians having to do with my campaign. The fact is, you people won't say this, but I'll say it. I was a much better candidate than her. You always say she was a bad candidate. You never say I was a good candidate. I was one of the greatest candidates. Nobody else would have beaten the Clinton machine, as crooked as it was. But I was a great candidate. Someday you're going to say that. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.